Kristen Schumann. I teach U.S. History 1 in Orange County Public Schools at Prospect Heights Middle School.
I'm Julie Stavitsky. I teach in Albemarle County Public Schools at Jewett Middle School, and I teach social studies and GIS.
I'm Christina Esposito, and I am a gifted specialist at Walker Upper Elementary School in Charlottesville.
My name is Evelyn Driver, and I teach 6th and 7th grade science and a STEM-based enrichment course in Orange County Public Schools.
My name is Donna Shiflett, and I'm an instructional coach at Ruckersville Elementary School in Greene County.
My name is Andrew Dojak. I teach at William Monroe Middle School in Greene County. I teach 3 sections of 8th grade geography and a 6th grade GIS class.
My name is Teresa Gooden, and I'm a gifted resource teacher at Henley Middle School in Albemarle County. I work with grades 6 through 8 in all subjects. I came as a history major, so I do a lot with social studies, but I also work with science, math, English, and electives.
One of the ways that GIS has transformed my classroom is when I've been working with my English as a second language students. I teach a class that has about 10 newcomers to the country, and I found that GIS has been a great way for those students to start participating in our classes in some really introductory ways that allow them to introduce themselves and their background to the class. So one of the first things we did when we were learning ArcGIS online was just finding home countries or home places and talking to the person next to each other about the places that they're from. And it was a really nice way for the students to say, oh, this is where I am, and then teaching them how to change the base maps, so that they can see that there is, that these individuals are from an area that is primarily mountainous, or these individuals are from areas that are that have a lot of desert. And so these students start to get a better idea of where, what each other's background is. Kind of from that spatial perspective, and then we're able to build on those skills as we go through the class. And so I actually see that GIS has been kind of helping these students collaborate a little bit better and establish relationships with each other.
GIS has certainly made my class more learner friendly. The students are taking better ownership of the material now that I incorporate a GIS component into each lesson. Instead of them really being passive receptors of information, they're certainly more actively engaged in the learning process.
GIS transformed my classroom in a variety of ways. It allows students to look at data and look at maps in a different way, kind of to visualize data, and it also allows you to attach primary sources so that kids can look at the historical record and the data together.
It's now when students have a question about something more into the map, or more than just what we gave them as their topic. Instead of saying Google it, or I don't know, we can actually go into the map and ask it a question and pull it right up right there, and they can see it, and so it becomes more relevant. And we do that often in there. I was surprised how many times I didn't think I'd be able to do that very easily, but if I can't, one of them can easily come up and do it for me, actually.
Because I use GIS in my STEM-based course that I teach, and I've noticed that the students are moving more from a textbook style of learning into a skill-based, actual applying the skills that they have been learning.
I'm a big proponent of PBL, problem-based learning, and I've spent a couple of years developing this and how it can be used in various curriculums. And one important tenet of PBL is authenticity. So when you think about the realistic use of GIS, when you think that students will be possibly using this technology in the future anyway as a job, it really makes a good connection for me to problem-based learning. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how to do an authentic task in a history classroom, whereas if we have GIS, we could say have the kids look at a map of World War I and strategize the next move for the United States Army. So I find it is a good way to teach kids the technology, but also include it in problem-based learning situations.
I'm no longer a real believer in a traditional flat map. I'm so used to interacting with maps. I like for my students to interact with them also.